Almost metalliferous, otherwise known as a horned melon, most commonly known as a KIWANO. This spiny fruit has orange skin on the outside and slimy lime green jelly on the inside, along with dozens of miniature seeds, said to have a delectable sweet taste akin to a passion fruit, and is loaded with vitamin A and C, as well as beta-carotene and dietary fiber.
The supermarket can be a dangerous place. A lot of no-goodniks hang around the supermarket. Just the moral degradation, just the slime of society hanging around all the dark alleyways that surround your supermarket. What do you do to defend yourself? Well, you buy one of these, you go to the produce department and ask for a KIWANO, and just take it out with you. Make sure that when you bag all your groceries, make sure you have this where you can grab it, and if some crazy guy says, hey, give me all your groceries, and just like pulls a gun on you, just take this baby and just go, and it'll impale itself in the guy's face, and it'll just hang there, and the guy will be like, "Argh!" He'll be like Metroplex going, where are my eyes? Where are my eyes? And there you go. You can run to your car while the guy's all distracted trying to pull these needles out of his face. You won't have a KIWANO anymore. He'll have your KIWANO, but I guess it's a fair trade-off. What do you do if a KIWANO is not in season? I guess you're shit luck. I mean, maybe you can use an avocado or like an artichoke instead, but they don't work near as well. This is just one of the weirdest fruits that I've ever picked up. It's actually also known as a horned melon. The announcer probably went over that. This thing is very, very spiny to the touch. You can almost like stab yourself and make yourself bleed with it. Very, very weird, the things that pop up out of nature. But as you can see, I have no idea what the heck is lurking within this fruit. I took precautions. I took a knife and a spoon because I don't know exactly what's going to happen. God forbid I could poke it and the thing could spray me in the eyes with some kind of fluid. But we'll find out together. That's what Yucker Yum's all about. It's a learning experience for you and I. So we're going to cut through this right now. It's already starting to bleed some juices, which I'll be sure to sample those a little bit later. And you know what? I'm going to let you see before me. Because I'm just that kind of stand-up guy. You ready? I'm looking away from the camera. And boom! What does it look like? Should I be scared? Alright, I'm going to turn it over and look at it. Wow! Oh my... It looks all rotted. What the heck? And there's so many seeds and like little pods and... I don't know, and oh geez, look at the table, it's all wet now. I should have figured something like that will happen. Alright, so I guess, I mean, I'm only making an educated guess here, but I'm gonna scoop out all the gunk that's in here and just put it in this plate here. And maybe I'll put in some like time-lapse photography so you can see. Wow, it comes out nice and clean. Look at this, what a mess. Alright, I guess for purposes of Limbo Grub / Yucker Yum, oops, made that mistake, I will only do one half of this so I don't bore you guys with me just doing monkey work here, trying to scoop all this gunk out of here. My goodness. Yeah, usually I do this sort of thing like before the actual video, but number one, I wanted to do that anecdote about safety at the supermarket, and number two, I wanted to find out together what was lurking within this thing. I've never even heard of a KIWANO melon before this. I don't know if you have. If you have stories about KIWANO melons and how they're a mainstay in your household and how your whole family eats them, it's a tradition to eat them, let me know. There's a comment section down below. I read all your stuff. If I could try to get closer to the camera with this, it's very, very hard because I'm filming vertically, but you'll see it's like for every little glob of green, there's a little seed. I'm not sure if these seeds are chewy or what, if I'm just supposed to choke them down. I mean, I know with a watermelon that the seeds are definitely not chewable. You have to either spit them out or just swallow them, like gag them down. But, alright, I'll take a little spoonful. This is the weirdest darn fruit that I've ever eaten. It's like in paste form, and I don't know, I'm used to just taking a fruit and biting it. You know, that's the way I normally eat fruit, but this is one that you definitely can't do that with. It's got a safety mechanism. You know what? Usually a fruit with a safety mechanism, like it adapts to protect itself, maybe that means that it knows. This pitaya is self-aware that KIWANO is self-aware that it is the most delicious fruit on the planet and everyone's gonna want it. So maybe that's a good sign. But I will see with this next bite. It's pretty good. It's very, very light. The seeds are no big shakes. I'm not exactly sure if they crunch in your mouth or... It's a lot like that chia drink that I drank a long time ago. These seeds are like so light that once you have this in your mouth, you just swallow it and it slides right down your throat. You're barely even aware of them, so that's a good thing. Actually, on second thought, sometimes they do like poke you in like your gums and like the sides of your mouth, but on the whole, they're doable. I mean, I could just kind of like try to pretend that they're not there and just like keep them out of my mind. And if you just swallow and not so much like let it linger in your mouth, you barely even notice the seeds are there. It's actually a very good taste, a very dull taste. It could stand to be a little bit sweeter. I could imagine, oh, I got a seed in my mouth. I could imagine wanting to put like a little bit of sugar on this to maybe sweeten it up. But to me, I don't like an overly strong flavor in my fruit. The problem with me eating fruit, because I'm not a big fruit eater, but I would eat fruit if it wasn't for the damn texture of it. Like, I love drinking fruit. I think fruit tastes delicious when you're actually imbibing it, but eating it is another story. It just doesn't feel right in my mouth, especially with an apple. Forget it. If I were to eat an apple for Yucker Yum, it might be the most comical experience ever on this show because I would be gagging. It just feels like it's so dry and nasty in my mouth. Perhaps I'm not the greatest judge on food if I can't eat an apple, but this is perfect. I could eat all this, no problem. I'm sure it's got a lot of body benefits. I'm sure it's got lots of vitamins. Definitely tastes like tropical-ish, like a fruit that you would eat while you're on vacation. I'm sure you can like season and flavor all sorts of foods with this fruit as well. I'd say this is an all-purpose food that you should definitely try out if you see it at your supermarket, and it's very, very rare that it's there. It's called a KIWANO. It's not quite a kiwi. It's not quite bat droppings. It's something in between. If I were to come up with a Hoff rating for this, I will give it 4 hops because it's delicious. I wouldn't go out and eat it all the time, but for a fruit, I mean, I said it before, I hate fruit and I can eat this. I ate the whole thing already, basically. I mean, there's still a little bit of spoonfuls left, but rest assured, once I'm done filming, I'm gonna eat the rest of this. I feel like I'm doing my body a good service after all the poison that I put in it, and this is a great experience. I suggest that you try a KIWANO melon, also known as a horned melon. Just try to find it in your travels, go to the supermarket and try to find it for yourself. Don't ask the people in the produce department, because they probably won't even know what you're talking about. So yeah, this is your good buddy Hottie Scotty Pancake 603 saying until next time, we'll once again ask the question, is it yuck, is it yum, or is it yucker yum? Look at this, freaking weird.
Now that the Microsoft Zune's been featured in one of the blockbuster movies of 2017, Guardians of the World, now everybody wants to get their mitts on this cattywampus little device. It can hold a whopping 80 gigs of data. Hot damn, that's gigs, people. I can fit all Jimmy Buffett's greatest hits on there as well as my entrance theme so I can listen to them while I bust ass at the gym and lift them kettlebells. Ted Fowler has a Zune, so why don't you? Stop watching the hands on your Pearl River neon beer clock spin around that son-of-a-bitch like a rotisserie chicken, go to your local Wiz or Circuit City, and buy yourself a Zune. I'll end this way I used to end all my promos back in the Attitude Era, and that's with a big cowabunga, dude!